Just keep coming in, guys, if you want to. You can park in front here. Just try not to do any sudden movements. This one is actually the female. Not that if you could see the male you'd really be able to tell, because generally Malleefowls tend to look exactly the same, and any slight significant difference is no indication of sex. They tend to take after their parents a bit. The first day I found a pair of these, I'm hoping the male will turn up, because he has a lot darker crest. He's a little bit bigger, only fractionally, a little bit dark plumage but a little bit more colour through the face, so you can usually tell these two pretty easily. But some Malleefowls you just cannot tell them apart, male and female. They're pretty much identical size, identical colour, plumage, everything. So the first day I actually found these, they were working a mound about 500 metres to the north of here, and I was just lucky enough the first day I saw them that they were opening the mound to lay an egg. And so I sat just a little seat just near the mound and watched them come in, and the female happened to be the first one that wandered back in after I'd sort of started them off the mound. Now the male, when they actually, they do actually have particular calls, particularly the territorial call of the male. Just as the female got to the rim of the mound, the male started booming. It sounds like a sick cow. They bend over, stick their beak into their chest, and fluff themselves out and make this grunting, honking sound. The female, on the other hand, tends to stand more upright when she lets out a higher pitched rising call. Sort of, I don't think it's too loud to scare her. But I was lucky enough that when she turned up on the mound, the male was in the bush booming, so I knew that was the female. I was lucky when he eventually turned up that I could see the significant difference between the two and was able to identify them straight away. But the interesting thing on that particular day is watching them, I was sort of alternating, and so when the female would go into the bottom of the mound, because you couldn't see them once the mound was open, you'd sort of listen when everything would go quiet, because the female, because of the size of the egg, they do let out quite a bit of a grunt when they squeeze the old egg out. So you sort of listen for it. But the interesting thing is 4 times prior to her laying the egg, she come walking up to the rim of the mound and let out a big snort and just blew dust and stuff out of her beak, which was indicating she was the one doing the temperature testing.